The world was on fire. This was World War II. Explosions shook the ground, smoke filled the air, and every moment was a fight for survival. Soldiers huddled in trenches or tanks, hearts pounding, never knowing if the next second would be their last. Danger was everywhere. Snipers in ruins, machine guns rattling, tanks rumbling across the land. Even inside a tank, safety was an illusion. The enemy had weapons designed to pierce steel. Survival depended on the armor between you and destruction. Leaders saw the cost. Soldiers lost, tanks destroyed by a single shot. The war became a race, not just of armies, but of technology. Each side pushed to build better weapons, faster planes, stronger armor. Protecting your forces could turn the tide of battle. This is where the story of survival truly begins, not just fighting harder but smarter. Behind the front lines, a different battle raged, scientists and engineers racing against time. Their mission: create a shield strong enough to withstand the enemy's might. They worked in labs and factories, driven by the urgent need to save lives. The challenge was immense. Modern weapons were devastating. The answer would require innovation, determination, and a bit of luck. The soldiers' courage was matched by the ingenuity of those behind the scenes. The fate of millions depended on a breakthrough. The quest for better armor was a matter of life and death. Every day, new ideas were tested, old ones discarded. The world watched as science and war collided. The outcome would shape the future of the conflict and the world. The story of survival is not just about the battlefield, but about the minds working tirelessly to protect those on it. Their work would change everything. The shield they forged would become a symbol of hope and resilience. Steel was the backbone of the war effort, used for ships, planes, and tanks. It was strong, reliable, and could be produced in massive quantities. But as weapons grew more powerful, steel's weaknesses became clear. High-velocity shells could shatter standard armor, turning protection into a deadly hazard. When steel shattered, sharp fragments, spall, became lethal inside tanks. The challenge makes steel not just hard, but tough. Hardness alone wasn't enough. Brittle armor was a death trap. Scientists needed steel that could stop a bullet without breaking apart. Think of glass, hard but shatters easily. Rubber, tough but too soft. The goal was to combine the best of both, hardness and toughness. The urgency grew as enemy weapons, like the German 88mm gun, tore through Allied tanks. Tank crews called their Shermans Ronsons. They caught fire easily when hit. The need for better armor was desperate. Engineers raced to develop a new kind of steel, a process that could be scaled for war. The answer wouldn't be simple or obvious. Every failed attempt brought new lessons. The stakes were high. Lives depended on a breakthrough. The race for superior armor was on. It was a battle of science as much as firepower. The right steel could mean the difference between life and death. The search for a solution pushed technology to its limits. The outcome would redefine the battlefield. The quest for the perfect shield was underway. The world waited for a miracle of metallurgy. The brightest minds were called to action: scientists, metallurgists, engineers. Their mission: make steel bulletproof without making tanks too heavy or slow. The solution had to be smart, efficient, and scalable for mass production. Laboratories became battlegrounds of innovation. Scientists experimented with new alloys and heat treatments, searching for the perfect formula. Most early tests failed, plates shattered or bullets punched through, but every failure brought them closer to success. The pressure was immense. Lives depended on their work. Amidst the frustration, a surprising discovery emerged. The breakthrough wasn't a rare metal or complex chemical. It was a special kind of oil, used in the cooling process. This oil, when used to quench hot steel, transformed its properties. Suddenly, steel plates could withstand impacts that once destroyed them. The secret seemed almost magical. How could a simple oil mixture make steel strong enough to stop a tank shell? The answer lay in the science of cooling, quenching steel in just the right way. This discovery would change the course of the war. The oil's effect was mysterious but undeniable. The next step: understand and perfect this process. The race for survival had found its secret weapon. The future of armor would never be the same. The breakthrough came by accident, after countless experiments. Hardening steel meant heating it red hot, then cooling it rapidly, quenching. Water cooled too fast, making steel brittle. Oil cooled too slowly, leaving it too soft. The challenge: find a liquid that cooled just right. Engineers mixed oils, animal fats, and secret additives, searching for the perfect blend. The goal was a two-stage cooling, fast at first, then slower. After many trials, they found a thick, dark oil mixture, the secret recipe. When hot steel plunged into this oil, the surface cooled rapidly, forming a hard shell. Then the cooling slowed, keeping the core tough and flexible. The result armor that was both hard and tough. The exact formula was a closely guarded secret. This special oil became the unsung hero of the war effort. It wasn't a weapon, but it saved countless lives. The process was simple, but the impact was profound. The right oil turned ordinary steel into a shield against destruction. The secret weapon of World War II was hidden in a barrel of oil. How did this oil mixture work its magic? Let's break it down. Steel, when heated, is soft and disorganized, like scattered soldiers. Rapid cooling snaps them into a hard, organized formation. Martensite. Water quenched too fast, causing stress and cracks. Brittle steel. Regular oil cooled too slowly. Tough, but too soft. The secret oil created a vapor jacket, insulating the steel for a split second. Then, the vapor collapsed, and the oil cooled the surface rapidly, forming a hard shell. Afterward, the oil cooled the core more gently, preventing internal stress. The result, a steel plate with a diamond-hard face and a tough, flexible core. This balance was the key to stopping bullets and shells. The process was a masterpiece of engineering. It combined speed and control in a way never seen before. The armor could shatter projectiles and absorb massive impacts. This innovation redefined battlefield protection. The science behind the shield was as important as the steel itself. The oil's two-stage cooling was the secret to survival. The perfect armor was finally within reach. The war for better protection had a winner. With the oil mixture discovered, the challenge was mass production. Giant steel mills adapted their methods, transforming the breakthrough into reality. Massive slabs of steel, blended with the right metals, were heated until glowing. Cranes plunged them into vats of the special oil, releasing clouds of smoke. The process, called homogeneous armor production, created steel with a hard face and tough core. After quenching, plates were tempered, reheated to reduce brittleness, and fine-tune strength. Precision was crucial. Every plate had to be perfect. Factory workers became unsung heroes, enduring heat and danger to forge the shield. Each plate was more than metal, it was a lifeline for soldiers. The sense of purpose drove them through grueling shifts. Their work connected directly to survival on the front lines. The shield they forged would help win the war. Every smoky plunge into oil was a step toward victory. The process was a blend of science, skill, and determination. The factories became the new front line in the battle for survival. The armor they produced would change the course of history. The new armor reached the front, and the change was immediate. Tank crews felt safer. Enemy shells bounced off instead of breaking through. Scars on the armor became badges of survival. The American M4 Sherman, once vulnerable, now stood a better chance. Veterans credited the new steel with saving their lives. Confidence soared. Soldiers took bolder actions, knowing their shield was stronger. Morale became a weapon as powerful as any gun. The enemy noticed their anti-tank guns were less effective. The impact spread beyond tanks, ships, artillery, and planes all benefited. Every piece of special steel told a story of survival. It was about giving people a chance to fight another day and come home. The armor was more than metal. It was hope. The legacy of the shield was written in the lives it saved. This innovation was a triumph of teamwork, not a lone genius. Scientists and metallurgists laid the groundwork, experimenting and theorizing. Engineers and factory workers turned ideas into mass-produced reality. Soldiers' feedback from the front lines drove constant improvement. Military leaders coordinated resources and cut through red tape. The cycle of feedback and innovation created unstoppable progress. Every role was vital, from lab to factory to battlefield. The partnership was massive, complex, and essential. Together, they achieved what none could alone. The victory of innovation was a victory for teamwork. The end of World War II didn't end this technology. The oil-quench steel's principles shaped the future of protection. Advanced quenching methods evolved, but the core idea remained: control cooling for hard, tough armor. Modern tanks and vehicles still use these principles. The science spread beyond the military, into skyscrapers, jet engines, even smartphones. The need to stop a bullet led to breakthroughs that made the world safer. The secret oil, the teamwork, and the innovation became a legacy. Sometimes, the greatest weapons are those that protect. The story of liquid armor is a testament to human ingenuity. Even in darkness, the drive to protect can change the world.